What's going on, guys? It's Fent CK here, and we're doing a little bit of video gaming today. I'm gonna turn this fan down because I've got a funny feeling that's gonna be blowing into this controller that I'm using as a microphone, and that would not be necessarily ideal. Um, one more thing, I should probably cut the vibration off if I'm gonna be doing that. Uh, And so basically today what we're doing is we are using our 99 WRX STI Type R that we've pretty much done as much as we can do to it to stay within the limitations of this race. And also, just to show you real quick, Um, the setup that I have is more focused on acceleration as opposed to like top speed or whatever. As you can see, I have my top speed set at 155 because, I mean, you're not really gonna hit that anyway. So it's much more imperative for you to have a faster acceleration time than it is to necessarily have a higher top speed, especially for races like this. So that coupled with I'm using soft sports tires just to give me better traction, and I also drop the traction control to give me more actual physical control over turning and everything. Um, and then I did some changes to the anti-roll bars and things like that, just to make oversteering a little bit easier because I feel like this car was understeering for the most part. Um, and I finally kind of figured out exactly how to balance it out, what we needed to do. Um, I upped the torque a little bit, and then I upped the braking sensitivity as well. Uh, I'm gonna slightly bump that up. Let's see. Okay. All right. I think we're good to go. Let's do this. And so yeah, I have not actually played this game for like 4 years. Back when I had a PS4, I really got into it. But aside from that, I have not really played this game at all, actually. Um, yeah, since 2020 or so. Which is unfortunate because this is a really good game. Kind of, it, it's gonna take me quite some time to actually get the hang of it again, if that makes sense. This game is very much so a simulation racing game. For those of you, I'm sure, are familiar with Gran Turismo, this game is not easy. Like that right there. That was completely my fault, totally avoidable, but I didn't brake well enough. Um, yeah, I'm much more akin to Need for Speed, which is very arcadey. You know, drifting is the way in that game, and it's super easy to pull off. This game, no, absolutely not. But this game has never been touted as being an easy game. It's widely known that all the Gran Turismo games are simulation racing games. I do like simulation racing games a lot. Like I said, I used to get into this game very heavily, but I just fell off, quit playing, never really re-downloaded it for some reason up until last night. So played like, I don't know, 5 or 6 races last night, mainly just to get this car upgraded and to the point that it's actually, tuned properly and everything. So that was the main thing that I needed done. And then, yeah, so today I'm just moving along here, doing this boxer event, a boxer engine event. Got the gold for 4 of the races. I think there's 7 total or something. So yeah, that's pretty much that. As far as things going on just in my personal life, I am currently out of work, looking for work. My car broke down the other day, well, last week. I got it fixed myself. It was the starter that went bad. So I had to order a new starter online and wait for that to come. And then it was a whole debacle, but I managed to figure it out myself, get the starter replaced. For those of you that don't know, I drive a 2005 Lexus ES330, and it's not necessarily the most well-maintained vehicle. I got it about 4 or 5 months ago, and I've done more maintenance on it than the previous owner did the entire 6 years that he owned the car. That's not even a joke. So, I'm definitely taking better care of it at this point than he was. And there's really no other serious issues with the car at this point other than the front axle boots are busted, but that's not that imperative to fix at this point. So yeah, now that my car is running again though, it's back on the job hunt for me, applying places. I've been waiting for Domino's to run my background check again, because I also had to get an SR22 cleared off of my record that was not supposed to be there in the first place, which is why literally it took 5 minutes of me walking into the court, being like, hey, why is there an SR22 on my record that I'm unaware of? And they stamped a piece of paper and said, you're good to go. So apparently that was somebody else's mistake. Because I don't recall doing anything to warrant an SR22. I've gotten 2 tickets. One of them was for failure to provide a financial responsibility for the vehicle, which was my Yukon, which basically means driving without insurance, right? So I got that taken care of. That's no longer an issue. And the other thing that I had to do was take a driving school course for a speeding ticket that I got for prudent and reckless speeding or something, something along the lines of that. And that I literally got a printout of my MVR after doing the driving school and everything. Like, it's not even listed as an infraction on there, so it's not on my record whatsoever, which is why I'm very confused as to where this SR22 came from. But I digress. It's cleared up now, so that's what matters. And yeah, aside from that, I'm kicking it my new townhouse that I got still. It's all good, fine and dandy. Still on my methadone, not relapsing. Yeah, all that good stuff. So, that's really, you're up to speed, more or less, with what's going on. Where I live at is, it's quite an interesting place. A lot of people like to call it the most dangerous part of. I don't want to dox myself, But this part of Arizona that I live in, I'm pretty sure I've already doxed myself actually. So fuck it. I live in Mesa. So the part of Mesa that I live in is not necessarily a very good part. It's Southwest Mesa. Um, but I like it here. Nobody fucks with me. Nobody talks to me. And I mean, I grew up in the ghetto. It's what I'm comfortable with. So I'm not opposed to it. You know, I do like this place, and I'm managing rent. Obviously, with some help. I couldn't do this by myself. Um, looking for a roommate as well at this point. Something that I need, honestly. Um, but yeah, really, I mean, that's all. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't think about videos before I make them. I just kind of go with it. That makes sense. So I don't know. We'll do one more race for this video. So I just unplugged my controller by accident. But yeah, no, we'll do one more race for this video. Maybe we'll figure out something to talk about in the middle of it. But yeah, one thing is I've gotten back in contact with my dad. I think I may have mentioned that already in my last video, um, which is good. Um, we both struggled with our own demons, and he has a year and a half sober now. And obviously, I'm going on 8 months now myself, which is very good. It's very good. And I haven't had a proper relationship with my dad for quite a few years now. That is mostly on me at this point for just kind of being afraid to reach out, I guess. Just due to my own personal situation and everything, and then the not knowing his situation either. That was another part of it. So yeah, it was just a whole shit show for a while. But now that he's back in my life, we've been hanging out quite a lot, and it's nice. You know, that's something that I've been missing out on in my life pretty much since I was 17. Even beforehand, I mean, my dad was never always around, if that makes sense. He lived with me with my grandparents who actually had custody of me up until I was about 8 or 9, and then my grandfather kicked him out, made him get his own place, which he did, and then he ended up moving to a couple other places, then became homeless, and was homeless for quite a while, and found a place again. I am back where we're from, and he ended up moving out here to Arizona because his sister convinced him to. Which his sister, my aunt, is the one who stole my first car that I ever bought. Technically, I didn't buy it. She got all of my money out of my bank account from my grandpa, who had access to it, to buy me a car for my 18th birthday to, quote, teach me financial responsibility. And then she lied on me because I was sober at the time, and said that I was doing drugs and was not responsible enough to have the car, and subsequently blocked everybody in my family and stole my car. So that left me without a car and led to me not getting my license until I was 22, literally 2 years ago. So it kind of set my life back in a lot of ways. Um, but regardless of, um, she's the reason my dad moved out here initially before any of that happened. Um, and then I moved out here in 2017 because of my heroin overdose back in Ohio. And everybody thought it was the best choice for me to get away from the drug scene that I was so heavily involved in Ohio. But we didn't really see blues hitting coming, obviously. Otherwise, I never in a million years would have fucking moved here. No. But that's just how it is out here. It's very unfortunate. Everybody's strung out. Uh, but yeah. So from the time I was 17 um, until now, I'm 24. My dad and I had very, very sporadic contact. By sporadic, I mean I stayed with him for about a week at one point in 2018, and then I visited him maybe 2 times in like 2019, visited once in 2023, 2022 or 2023. It was one or the other. And now we're finally at the point where we're hanging out consistently again and actually having like a father-son relationship. Because that was, like I said, something that I neglected for quite a long time. And it was a lot to do with me not reaching out. So I don't blame him. I don't want you guys to put the blame all on him either. If you want to compare apples to oranges, my dad is a much, much better parent than my mother ever was or ever fucking could be. Yeah, that's something I can talk about, I suppose. It's a little story from when I was 4 months old, actually. My dad was working a lot at that point, and he came home, and my mother was passed out drunk, as per usual. And essentially, my dad said that there was some black shit in my baby bottle, and he sniffed it and realized that it was Coke and 151 rum. I was 4 months old and teething. So my mother made me a cocktail with 151 rum. I don't. It makes me sick. It makes me fucking sick to think about. It's like, I thought that she was just this, sort of absent parental figure, but no, I've really learned some things about her that show her in a completely different light. And I don't know. I was indifferent about my mom before, I guess, but at this point, I've solidified that I really want nothing to do with her, and I won't ever give her the time of day because she never gave me the time of day. She pretended like she cared, but never actually did anything to it's fucked up. But yeah, I don't know. Um, I just felt like making a video today. I know it was kind of all over the place, just talking about random shit, playing a couple races of Gran Turismo. But yeah, that's really all. Yeah, thanks for watching. I will be posting more story content soon. I just need to find a day when I'm not gonna be too busy with like my dad or something. Um, But yeah, so someday soon I will be posting another, um, not a continuation necessarily, but um, we're gonna revisit some of my darkest moments within my active addiction that I went through, and I think that I have quite a few pretty good ones that could make for some decent storytelling, and hopefully show you guys that this is not fucking what you want for your life. It's not. So, that being said, I love you all. It's been Fantasy K. Hope you all take care, and I will see you on the next one. Appreciate y'all.